Okay, here are the best answers that I can give you. What advice would you give me for my life? I have notes, so I'm going to read them. Life advice. Be honest, work hard, have fun, pay it forward, and have integrity. Somebody else said that, and I think it works very well. So, the prized possession, I really don't have one. I don't ever remember really having one specific item or thing that I've always kept. If you want to talk about like you and my children are my prized possessions, I guess. But I've never held on to one specific item or thing in my entire life. Never. My favorite place to go as a kid, I think, was boarding school. Thinking about it now, I may not have liked it then, but thinking about it now, I think it was probably the most my most favorite place to go when I was a child. I knew everybody there, and we all were the same, kind of. We all knew each other very well. So, for a long time, too. In my opinion, was the most important experience that has happened to me. Probably two. First, I guess, moving to this country from England was a very large experience in my life. And the second is probably your mother is the next biggest one. And who's done a lot for who I am and who I have become and so forth. My biggest, I guess, regret would be that I didn't pay enough attention in secondary school or high school. I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't. I chose to goof off, I guess. And this was public school at that point, and it had repercussions, I guess you could say, for the rest of my life. I didn't become, a lawyer or a doctor or anything along those lines. Because I didn't have the education in the school, and I never really changed that. I suppose there's a regret. I didn't actually go back and decide to really go ahead and make that a difference. When I first moved to Texas, the weather was very hot, always really warm. I remember walking off the plane for the very first time, and it was exceptionally hot. Everything was very large and spread out. Even I actually remember my first day as in looking at a sidewalk curb, thinking how ginormous it was. But everything was much bigger here, and the temperature. That's probably not a very great experience, but it was one of the first experiences that happened when I first got here. The first restaurant I ever went to was TGI Fridays, and it just kind of blew my mind. Never seen anything like that before, ever. So, my favorite thing to do in the United Kingdom, I didn't really have a favorite thing that I did. I can tell you a couple of favorite places that I went, as in I did go where I lived in Wiltshire. There was me and some friends. We used to go mountain biking all the time, kind of thing, as much as we really could. And we'd ride up to Stonehenge and to the White Horse of Wiltshire on the side of the hill, and just kind of hang out there, chill. We didn't really do anything. It was just a nice ride up there, and we just sat on the hill and looked back at where we came from. Stonehenge was fun because there was lots of tourists that thought the place was great, and it is great, but I'd seen it 100 million times, and to me they were just rocks sticking out of the ground. The happiest moment of my life, I probably have three, and that would be each one of you. Um, Gavin, Laura, and Alessia. Your births were definitely the happiest moments of my life, I think. Um, at all three of your births, and maybe I didn't fully expect it with Alessia's birth, but just because of Lara before and you before that, but I never felt that feeling at that point ever again, and it's just this moment of complete aura and zen, and just it didn't matter what was going on around me right now. It was just you were there, this little thing, and it was pretty amazing. I guess it was really amazing. My grandparents, I didn't really know them very well. From what I do remember, they were old and grumpy and very quick and short. I maybe saw them, I want to say every single holiday or Christmas by any means, but a lot of them. And we're talking 3 to 5 days a time, so I don't really remember them too much. I'm sorry. All these, I guess, experiences that have happened in my life, how they made me the person that I am, that's a pretty deep question. I don't really know how to answer it. I guess when I was in school, in boarding school, you kind of learn to watch out for yourself, and really don't rely on anybody until you really kind of got to know them. I learned by trial and error, I guess you could say, a lot too. Especially when you were not doing things that when you were doing things that you shouldn't have been doing, you learned your lesson quick about not to do that again. These, I guess, it's just the way that I kind of grew up all the way through. And somewhere along the lines, I probably stopped learning that when I was older, between the ages of, 15 and 19. And I've learned the hard way. I am enjoying my life. I enjoy it a lot. And mainly just because it's got all of you guys involved in it. If it was just me on my own, I don't think I'd be enjoying life as much as I am now. I do what I do every day for all of us, not just for you, but I do it for me too, but for all of us. I want to provide you guys with the best life that I can give you, so that you don't necessarily take the same steps that I took. I don't want to say all of my steps were mistakes. They weren't. Some of them were, but more that you don't necessarily take every single step that I took. And you take an easier path and a better path and a wiser path than what I did. I think that answers all your questions. I hope so.